He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place and all the stars turn towards it. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. Death and life have their determined appointments, riches and honors depend upon heaven. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. If I am walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. He who learns but does not think, is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Study the past, if you would divine the future. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. If we don't know life, how can we know death? A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it. This is knowledge. A youth, when at home, should be filial and, abroad, respectful to his elders. He should be earnest and truthful. He should overflow in love to all and cultivate the friendship of the good. When he has time and opportunity, after the performance of these things, he should employ them in polite studies. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. They must often change, who would be constant in happiness or wisdom? The object of the superior man is truth. An oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. You cannot open a book without learning something. The superior man thinks always of virtue, the common man thinks of comfort.